I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up.
Hello everybody, welcome to Lolly's Learning Curve, and today I'm going to be talking about assessing my children's learning styles. I know, it sounds tough, but it's not. It's not that hard. I know I spoke about the subject briefly in the video where I was talking about how I got my children to start reading earlier, but I wanted to get more in depth on the topic. So one of the things that I like about homeschooling my kids is that I can take the time to figure out how they learn and build things around their learning styles, so that they are able to absorb more information and retain the most and learn the most and thrive. So I know of at least 8 learning styles, but a lot of educators and parents have minimized that into 4 main learning styles. Those learning styles are visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and reading and writing. So within those 4 learning styles, your child might be really strong in one area and not strong in another. So here's how you determine that. So I'm going to use my 2 kids. If you guys don't know, I have 4 children. Their ages 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to just talk mainly about my 4 and 3-year-old. I've known them the longest. Okay, so my 4-year-old, she has a few challenges, learning challenges, right? So what I do is I try to keep her attention. It's so hard to keep her focused. So what I've learned is that she's visual and hands-on. So like her number one learning style is visual, and you can kind of like break it down which one they're strongest in, because they can be good in each one, but they have more, they have a greater strength in one of them. So her top one is visual. So what I do for her is I make her colorful flashcards. She likes to watch videos. She learns a lot through videos. Then her second one is hands-on, or kinesthetic. So what I do is let her do things where she's able to participate using her hands. That way she retains information. And then, or something like a puzzle or something where she's able to, like I said, use her hands and put things together or build something, things like that. Then, so she's more visual, then she's hands-on, and then a little bit of auditory, and her weakest learning style is reading and writing. So I try to build things around that, just like that. So what I will do is I'll approach her with something that's more visual, that's captivating for her, that will capture her attention and keep her in tune. For my son, he is a little more like I was. I am like a combo. I can learn pretty much any way. I've said that before. The one I prefer is reading and writing, and I think that's more of him too. So with my son, if I put something in a book, he comprehends well. So sometimes I make them little books. So here are my word books, just to give you an idea for your child who is strong in reading and writing. Or I'll let him write things out. So if I'm trying to teach him a new word or a math equation, he likes to write things out. He likes to see it, and he likes to be the one to write things out. So a good way for a child who is strong in reading and writing is to let them just write their notes out, write little things out, let them take notes, and let them read things. So let them read and write. An auditory learner is more of a child who thrives in music, who can follow directions well. You can give them directions and they can follow them very well. So with those children, when you have them learning a subject or they have notes, recite those notes to them. Let them hear you say them. Let them hear themselves say them. That way they're able to retain more information. So with visual learners, you want to create things that capture their attention, colorful, creative things, flashcards, things like that. Auditory, they love having conversations, so you can speak to them. So what I do with my kids a lot of the times is throughout the day, I'll talk to them about the subject matter. Hey, what did you guys think about learning about whales? How do whales breathe? Where do they live? What do these whales eat? How many different types of whales are there? Just letting them, we're just having it's like a regular conversation. And so then after I'm doing that, they're used to me doing it now. So throughout the day, they're like, oh yeah. And they'll come up to me with different facts because they're learning as we're just having a conversation. So that's a really good thing to do. Another thing with a child who is who is strong in reading and writing, is to let them create stories and let them write their own stories. Oh, I used to love doing that as a kid. I used to like making my own books and that way they're also able to use their imagination. But you can take that subject, whatever they're learning about, say that they are learning about whales. You allow them to write a book using facts about whales and creating a story and things like that. They'll have a blast. A way to figure out what your child's learning style is really just to pay attention to them. See how they respond to different activities. So what I did in the beginning was I would, and still now because I have two smaller children, so I'm still putting all these things out there while I'm trying to assess how they learn the best. As I'm paying attention to them, I can see which area or which learning style works the best for them based upon their improvement in that area. So if I'm teaching them math and I'm giving them blocks to do math equations, okay, 2 blocks plus 1 block equals 3 blocks. Doing it like that, or I'm having them write down 2 plus 1 equals 3, okay? Or I'm having them draw 2 apples plus 1 apples and make 3 apples. Or we're watching a math video on the TV and they're hearing and they're seeing that. I check to see, I take my time to see, okay, well, which way did my child retain the most information? And I keep doing different things like that. So I'll take the same subject and just present it differently each time and see which one they're more receptive to. So that's basically what I do. And one way that I found out that my daughter was a kinesthetic learner, hands-on learner. I told you she has a hard time focusing. That's like separate. But she fidgets in her seat so much. It's hard for her to keep still. It bugs her just to sit down. So I have to keep her active. I have to keep her moving. I have to keep her brain going, because if I don't keep her engaged, she's going to drift off somewhere, and it's my job to bring her back in. So the best way to bring her back in is to bring her back in doing something that she loves to do in a way that she loves to do it. So that's how I do that. So yeah, that's basically what I've done, and it's been rewarding. It's tough. It's tough, but it is rewarding. So I encourage you to try that with your kids, and let me know what you think. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I will try to put out new content every Monday, and I would like for you guys to leave me comments so that I know what questions you have, so that I can create content based upon what you would like to know or what you would like to share with me and things like that. I'd love to add some of that into what I already have going on. Well, I do thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys are staying encouraged during this time. I know that it is quite challenging to stay in the house so much, and it's probably nerve-wracking being at home all day with your children, but you know, you're at home with your kids, so try to enjoy this time while you can. And thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.